Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brandon, your trusted realtor, and I'm coming to you with a market analysis around Prince George's County. Many of you guys know that Prince George's County sits right bordering next to Washington, D.C., and it is right on the borderline. It gives you a diversity of places to live, and it is not only rich in diversity, but it is rich in culture, it is rich in access, it is rich in potential. Anyone who is really looking to be in the D.C. region and wants to have proximity and access, have maybe a little bit more land that gives you lots of potential for brick structures and all brick homes, which I find to be most appeasing because they're just usually a more solid structure. You have a little bit more room in Prince George's County than you do in DC to stretch a little bit, play, grow, especially to grow into your space. A lot of times I have a lot of clients that are interested in having a garage, and they find that most often you can find those type of accoutrements in Prince George's County specifically. But what are the statistics in this market going on in Prince George's County, and how is the market performing there overall? How are people benefiting? What's the thought overall, and what's the overall layout as we think about market forces and dynamic in Prince George's County? Now, keep in mind that Prince George's County and Maryland in general is littered with so many different communities at so many different price points. Those different price points are going to blend together in this analysis in order to really give us an idea of what the median sale price is and the average sale price. So it's going to be a combination of, as the housewives would say, your highs and your lows, in order to really give us a semblance or a picture. Now, what does that mean specifically? What does that mean specifically for you in this case? That means that not all things are going to be true and equal for you, and it is a general estimation. This data roughly gives you a sense that about 95% of the population will fall within this metric or standard. Now, if you want more information about your specific geographic zip code, I'll leave a link down below that'll give you access to my monthly market report. Now, you'll ask yourself, how much is this monthly market report? And I'm glad that you asked that, because it is going for the free $99. All you have to do is put your information in and you'll get that monthly. You can customize it to any level of specificity that you want. The real purpose of this is in line with my mantra, is to give you information and value to help you have the most information to demystify this process, so that way you can make the most informed decision. Now, with that said, 2 minutes and 40 some seconds later, let's dive right into it. In Prince George's County, we find that the median sales price for quarter 2 2020. So this means for the second quarter of 2020 is $340,000. We find that the year over year, that is a 9.7% increase in the median sales price over last year when we look at quarter 2 of 2019. That's amazing as it relates to both appreciation and what that says for the area. But what I find to be a little bit more telling is the average sales price. The average sales price is $348,600 plus dollars, and that I see as an 8% increase in the average sales price. And that is, to me, is telling, because it shows me that the appreciation for all properties is going up, and that combined sum and total of properties is producing a higher overall sales average, and it continues to fall in line with the estimation or the overall trend for this region, which is that prices are ticking up. One would even argue that month over month, quarter over quarter, that it becomes even more challenging to keep pace with COVID-19, because that's created a new factor in the need and desire for individuals to have a place to stay. That's also stalled, in some instances, the need or desire of some sellers to sell their property and get into the market. That perfect storm has resulted in a diminished inventory, whereby you have even more individuals that are buyers in the market than you do inventory. And so the cost and the level of competition skyrockets disproportionately to anything that we have seen in recent years. To give you a better sense of how this is further precipitated via statistics, the percentage of the original price that was received for a property, which is a metric that indicates that based on the original sale price of the property, how many times or what was the percentage likelihood that someone got full price. And in this case, 99.3% of the time, people got full price in Q2 of 2020. That is a 0.6% increase than last year. And to me, that is a clear indication that people are listing properties for value. And in that same metric, that is a clear sign to me that there are certainly some properties and not only properties, but zip codes where individuals have paid above the list price in order to get into a property, and primarily also because I've been in those bidding wars, so I've seen them firsthand. Another important metric for us to look at is the homes for sale. In Q2, we have a total number of 1,004 homes that are for sale in Prince George's County. Compare that to this time or that same time last year, there were over 2,800 homes on the market. That's right, 2,800 homes on the market. That's more than a 65% reduction in the number of homes or available units that can be sold. But you still see that we have an increase in the number of the appraised value or the average sales price and the median sales price as it relates to homes in Prince George's County. This is a clear indication that the demand continues to go up regardless of a limit or a limited supply. Now, another additional metric that I like to look at is the median sales price based on zip code. Once we begin to look more at that specific metric, I found it to be amazing. Whether you are in 20601, which did see a reduction by 5% in their overall zip code, their median sales price is $300,000, but you have almost every zip code in Prince George's County saw a positive gain, with only one or two that saw with a negative return in their overall value. And if you're in 20744, their median sales price was $360,000 for the quarter, and they've seen a 15% increase in year over year in the median sales price. If you're in 20710, their median sales price is $295,000, and they have seen a 55% increase in the median sale price year over year. 20745 has seen they have a $291,000 median sales price, and they've seen a 9.2% increase year over year. 20769, same thing for them. They have a higher median sales price of $470,000, and they have seen a 9.3% increase. The numbers do not lie. What they do tell us is that this region is marginally impacted by circumstances or situation. What that does tell us is that the market, regardless of whether you live in DC proper or you decide to live on the outskirts of DC, are still hot, and they are prime for you to be involved in. Even with limited inventory, there's still an opportunity for you to be proactive. And even with a limited inventory, now it's the time for you to be developing a plan so that when you have to get into the market, you're not dealing with the woes of losing multiple that you're not dealing with the woes of losing multiple offers because you're ill prepared and you haven't begun to strategize and prepare yourself, your financials, and your lender to be aggressive and competitive in this developing market. So, a few things for you to remember or to take away from this video is the data doesn't lie. The numbers are the numbers. And remember, if you haven't done so already and you found video in this, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you can stay tuned in and in tune to the latest and greatest realty here, not only in DMV, but countrywide. Talk to you soon and take care.